I'm Nicole Torres, 32 years old. 3 weeks before Thanksgiving, Mom called. She said I wasn't invited to family dinner. My sister's rich boyfriend would be embarrassed by my blue-collar job. Kindergarten teacher, she spat like it tasted bad. Sophia must impress him right. They didn't know the real me. None of them did. 5 days after dinner, they banged on my door. Pale faces demanding answers. The boyfriend found out something big. Flipped everything. My sister's perfect life? About to shatter before 500 people. Like and subscribe if this hits home. Only if it resonates. Share your spot and time if you've been the family letdown. It all kicked off with that call 3 weeks pre-Thanksgiving. I've taught kindergarten in Queens for 8 years. My tiny apartment eats half my pay, but I adore the job. 25 5-year-olds call me Miss Bella. Their sticky hugs beat any salary. Sophia, my sister, wouldn't agree. She lives in a Manhattan penthouse. Costs more monthly than my 3-month earnings. Marketing director at a fancy firm, she hoards Hermes bags like I hoard kids' art. Her Cartier watch? Small bonus, she said. Worth more than my car. Mom's Facebook? All Sophia. Daughter nailed $1 million deal. Sophia's board talk was ace. Me? 3 background pics in 5 years. Nicole's smart, Mom tells friends, but no drive. Some fit simple lives. Family ranks set young. Sophia claimed the master bedroom. I got the attic redo. Her wins plastered the fridge. Mine? Drawer-bound. Don't upset her, Dad whispered, hiding my honor roll when Sophia's grades dipped. But I hid a secret. 2 years since Grandma Eleanor's death. She raised me more than parents. Held my hand in her last months. Sophia? Too busy. Eleanor Torres. Everyone saw a retired bookkeeper on Social Security. They missed the safes papers. Missed her shadow empire. Why me as guardian? Meet Marcus Stone, Sophia bragged on October Zoom. Entrepreneur, giver, world changer. Mom squealed. Stone? Like Stone Foundation? Him. Sophia posed, flashing penthouse views. Waterford Crystal event. He praised my taste. I nearly spat tea. Marcus Stone. I knew him. Kept cool, teacher smile on. Quite successful. Dad probed, eyeing in-law odds. Successful. Sophia's laugh tinkled, Swiss school polish. Daddy, he handles millions in charity. Old money, hospital wing builders. Parents leaned in, dreaming plaza wedding, private school grandkids, family rise. When's the meet? Mom gasped. Thanksgiving. All perfect. House food. Sophia paused, eyeing me on screen. Guests. That look. Seen it forever. The Mia's issue to fix. I recalled Grandma Eleanor. Sunny Meadows afternoons, her chosen home last 2 years. People reveal selves when you seem worthless, she said, hands graceful on docs I reviewed. Note it, Nicole. Especially family. She nailed so much: silence, underestimation, patience power. I didn't know I'd need them soon. Or that Marcus, Sophia's impress target, was the key. Grandma Eleanor got me like parents never bothered. They gushed over Sophia's MBA. Eleanor and I chatted in her plain room at Sunny Meadows. Compound interest, tax law over tea. Sister hoards bags, she noted from Sophia's Insta. You hoard hearts. What endures? Eleanor Torres built wealth quiet, hidden. No one knew her foundation. Or its 40 million control. Widow at 32 kids, 3 jobs. By 70, secret funds for scholarships, food banks, teacher aides in New York. Sophia visited once this year, Eleanor said 6 months pre-death. 12 minutes. We'll query at 10. I went every Sunday 2 years. Not cash. Didn't know. She saw me true. Papers at Whitman Associates, she said last month. Voice firm despite cancer. All set. Money boosts character. Doesn't build it. I figured thousands. Maybe jewels. Signed as health proxy. Thought just med help. 2 weeks post-funeral, James Whitman called. Learned foundation, board spot, inheritance strings. Grandma was precise, he said, pushing docs on mahogany. Test character blind. Kept secret 2 years. Waiting. Watching. Now test starts. Call hit November 3rd, 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. Mom's photo, her, Sophia in Hamptons, glowed mid-lunch. Nicole, Thanksgiving, no hello. Adjustments needed. Dropped peanut butter sandwich. What adjustments? You're out this year. Playground kids laughed outside class. I eyed their fun as Mom detailed my boot. Marcus from big family. Sophia needs right vibe. She paused, building nerve for the hurt. Your job could paint our family wrong. My job? Teaching kids? You get it? So blue collar. Marcus rubs elbows with CEOs, investors, key folks. What did you chat on? Finger paints. Dad cleared his throat behind. On speaker, silent partner in crime. Sophia's ask or yours, Mom? Matters. Best for Sophia's path. This shifts our family big. Then I heard Sophia's laugh, not hiding. To confirm, I said, voice steady as teacher mode. Uninviting me 'cause my work shames Sophia. No drama. One meal. Next year changes post-engagement. Got it. You do. Mom surprised. Maybe bummed no fight. Best to all. Hung up quick. Hands steady. Grandma Eleanor taught that too. Hide your hurt. Phone buzzed fast. Sophia's text, not personal. Get it? My real happiness shot. No reply. But I cracked safe, grabbed folder. Eleanor Torres Foundation Succession Protocols. Inside Grandma sticky, believe who they show. Sophia rang hour later. Feared my quiet as revolt. Knew Mom botched it, fake worry voice. Nicole, real talk. You earn $40K teaching bratty kids. Marcus's watch tops that. I know gaps, Sophia. Do you? Wonder if you grasp real life. World I join, Marcus's. Connections sway might. Your input? Playground tales. Let her rant. Silence teaches best sometimes. His crowd, Fortune 500 bosses, envoys, Senator Vaki pals. You in Target frock on lessons, parent meets. How's that hit me? Right? Quiet me. Not my world. Sense at last. Not eternal. Post-wed settled ease you in. Small meals. Coach words close. Kind. Helping you, Nicole. My true joy win chance. Want that for me. Want your joy, Sophia. Skip Thanksgiving. Don't crash. Security if needed. Threat lingered. My lil sis, I walked her school daily, held her heartbreak tears, threatens guard boot from family meal. Got it. Enjoy. Post hang up, laptop open. Board portal login. Calendar, gala November 29th, post-Thanksgiving 3 days. 500 guests, media full. Ideal. Safe open night. Docs on kitchen table. Will board post shares cert clean, notarized, solid. Eleanor's will? Vision master. Inheritance 15 mil, 3 spots, 1 firm rule. Air shows steady kind, no bias on job, cash, rank. Section 7.3 key. Exclude kin deliberate on work, pay status. Forfeit claims now. Eleanor added samples, like skip invite over honest job shame. Phone buzz, Whitman email. Miss Torres, gala confirm? Board keen intro. Replied, there. The media hit foundation history. Sure. Grandma video post intro. Video. Near forgot. Eleanor taped 6 months pre-death. Right time, she said. Site up, director's page. Mia's chair, photo gone by choice. Under, appointed founder Eleanor Torres, 2023. Marcus spots me on check, if not yet. Thought warned Sophia. Recalled her. Don't think show. Okay. Skip Thanksgiving. Gala? That's work. One email more coordinator, add 5 guests. Taurus fam invites to me. I deliver. Grandma said revenge low. Justice? All. Ever family boot for not enough? Comment. Your tail counts. Subscribe. Next twist flips all. Thanksgiving gray rain. Chinese from Mr. L's, orange chicken lo mein solo. Phone quiet till 2 p.m. Sophia Insta story. Parents dining revamp. New crystal glasses. Gold china. Orchid centers. Sophia Marcus pose. Hands show new diamond bracelet I guessed. Perfect dinner with love caption. Thanks family gets real matters. Hashtag blessed hashtag future stones. Marcus uneasy pics. Smile fake, one shot stares empty chair mine, brow furrowed. Text from pal Jennifer. Sophia post. Know you? Schedule clash. Reply. On Thanksgiving? Nicole truth. No answer. Scrolled Sophia stories more. Mom posted. Proud successful girl great guy. Bright future. All gushing on Sophia Marcus as cute pair. Cousin Amy, where's Nicole? Sophia's reply, other plans. Teacher is so dedicated, you know. Lies flowed easy for her. Fortune cookie, patience bitter, fruit sweet. Mr. Lou's timing spot on always. Folded it, wallet tuck by gala invite for hand drop soon. 3 days. 72 hours to flip. Phone buzz again. Unknown. Near ignored but swiped. Nicole Torres. Voice pro cautious. Yes. Marcus Stone. Talk needed. The Marcus chat fruited quick. 5 days post Thanksgiving, 7 a.m. door pound like roused dead. Peephole, parents. Mom's hair mess, usual perfect gone. Dad red-faced, rage or stares. Linden teach gear, khakis, alphabet cardigan. Morning. What you do? Mom shoved in no ask. Said what to Marcus? Haven't talked Marcus. True. He talked in call. No dumb play. Dad door slam shut. Dumped Sophia yesterday, brunch, public. Coffee pour note, first apartment visit ever. Crisis drew them. Upsets her must. Upsets. Mom's pitch rose. Walked foundation office, saw portrait. The yours Nicole, board chair. Ah, his find way. Why hide? Dad demand. How keep this? Like you hid my uninvite. Different, Mom began. Is? Job shame Sophia, so know me? 2 blue collar for rich beau. Your words, Mom. Sophia wrecked. Says you sabotage purpose. Did zilch. Marcus found truth solo. Fix. Dad's VP tone order. Call Marcus. Resign say. What takes? No. No. Mom paled. Sister joy over my dignity. Get it, but no lie, resign fix Sophia's self-break. Want full truth. Coffee down. Gala tomorrow foundation. All explained. What gala? Handed saved invites. Eleanor Torres Foundation Annual. Black tie. 8 Ritz-Carlton. Mom I'd invite grandma name script. Mother's Foundation? Bring Sophia. She'll want here. Left gripping invites like saves or bombs. Family storm hours in. Sophia school hit, afternoon pickup. Mascara streaks, waterproof fail. How could? Wail, ignore staring parents. You jealous me always, Sophia. Working. Last kid to mom, pro smile hold. Poisoned him me against, lies told. Never Marcus spoke you on. Liar. Can't date family ashamed one, he said. Idea from where? You thought unsaid. Mom called mid Sophia rant, dad I discussed. Step down position whatever. Sophia happiness deserves. I deserve family Thanksgiving? Petty Nicole. Sophia future whole. No, consequences talk. Dad grabbed phone, reasonable B. Sophia hard work success. I not? Kindergarten teach not same. Hung up. Sophia arm grab, will contest. Prove grandma manipulate. Evidence what? Dementia her. Cancer. Mind perfect end. Doc's medical witness all. Against me turned her. Visited once 2 years Sophia, 12 minutes. Face broke, true tears flow. Moment saw lil sis, thunderstorm bed crawl one. Please whisper. Love him. Honest him be should. Anything do. Gala tomorrow come. Grandma say here. See then. Left wordless but new attendance. Fortune save chance ensures. Marcus evening call. Voice known instant, measured, thoughtful, not Sophia's snob air. Miss Torres, ambush sorry. Needed who you real grasp. And staff raves you. 12 teachers, you cover supplies personal. Principal, weekend volunteer breakfast. My job. No, character. Wonders why Sophia said unemployed you, family cash live. I stayed silent. Silence can be the truest answer sometimes. She claimed you resented her achievements, he went on. Said you'd been in a mental institution for depression, and the family kept you away from gatherings because you made trouble. Every falsehood cut like a blade. I hadn't realized how completely she'd wiped me out. When I spotted your photo at the foundation, your grandma's foundation, I knew I'd been tricked. But why didn't you tell me directly? Would you have trusted me? Or seen me as the envious sibling Sophia painted? A heavy silence followed. You meant for me to find out on my own. I needed you to see who you were truly with. A person who'd erase her sister for status. She's been phoning me endlessly, pleading for forgiveness, accusing you of turning her family against her. I've only existed in her way. Are you going to the gala? I'm the chair. I must speak. Sophia plans to attend. She's eager to hold on to the foundation's backers. I realize this could ruin her career. No, Mr. Stone. She ruined it herself. I'm done covering for her. He paused briefly. Your grandmother sounds extraordinary. She was. She valued responsibility. See you tomorrow evening, Miss Torres. Marcus, invite your board. They need to hear it all. Once he ended the call, I grabbed my speech outline. Just 24 hours till truth faced fallout. Midnight brought a ring at my door. Peeking out, I saw Sophia in fancy athleisure, her eyes swollen yet resolute. We have to talk, she stated as I let her in. I allowed her entry. She'd never come here. I observed her scanning my simple home, teaching honors on display, kids' drawings, pictures of Grandma Eleanor and me. Cute spot, she remarked, her voice implying the opposite. Suits you. What brings you, Sophia? Her attitude changed, fake tears gone. I found out about the inheritance. Which one? Stop pretending. 15 million. The real estate. It's in the will, right? How'd you learn that? Contacts at Whitman and Associates. Against the law, but typical for her. And I deserve it. I uphold the family image in business. You need it for more luxury purses? For my world. Do you get the crowds I run with? The standards I meet? You couldn't. You're content as a nobody. I'm content as me. God, you're so self-righteous. She paced, mirroring Grandma, forever criticizing my ambitions. She didn't criticize you, Sophia. She just understood you. What does that even mean? Show up at the gala. It'll click. I'll fight the will. Claim you pressured her unfairly. Go ahead. She leaned in, whispering, or let's negotiate. Step down from the foundation. Back my inheritance bid and I'll set you up. 1 million, no taxes. Wait, 2 million. Sophia, hear this. Grandma recorded a video for the gala. Her color drained. What sort? One that clarifies it all, like her reasons for deciding as she did. You watched it. Everyone does tomorrow. She stormed out wordlessly, her scent hanging, Tom Ford, pricey and overwhelming like her affection. Gala morning, I sat in my quiet classroom, gazing at Eleanor's desk photo. Was this justice or revenge? My phone showed 37 ignored calls, relatives, shared pals, now curious about me. The family chat I'd been kicked from had blown up. A cousin Amy forwarded shots, Nicole's grabbing Sophia's legacy. She tricked Grandma. Knew she was resentful for failing. Failing by educating kids, not peddling high-end goods to the wealthy. I almost dialed James Whitman to stop it. Give Sophia the cash. Let parents keep their favorite. Let me slip back to the shadows they liked me in. But then I eyed my student photo wall, 25 eager kids who thought Miss Bella was unstoppable. Unbothered by my old car or budget outfits. I pulled open my drawer for Grandma's final note. Defend what's just, even solo. I'm doing my best, Grandma, I murmured. My phone vibrated. Marcus texted, Key Foundation supporters all RSVPing yes. Your plan will draw a crowd. One from James Whitman. Video setup checked. Lawyers ready. Your grandma would beam. 6 hours to gala time. I glanced at my door-hung dress, plain navy on loan from Jennifer. Unlike the lavish outfits crowding the venue. From Grandma Eleanor I got this, dress doesn't count. It's the solid proof in your case. Mine was ironclad. The gala will shift it all. Catch the finale, subscribe and turn on alerts. Don't skip truth clashing with influence. 3 hours pre-gala, I joined James Whitman in his office. Documents blanketed the table, all labeled and sorted. Your grandma was precise, he noted, fixing his thin glasses. All scenarios handled, no gaps. She anticipated this. She figured your sister's habits stayed the same. He grabbed a tablet. The video's ready. She filmed it 6 months before dying with 3 witnesses, me, Dr. Patterson, and Judge Reynolds, all confirming her sharp mind. No doubts. She aced a mental test that day, too. The rest of the board showed up, Mrs. Stone, unrelated to Marcus, Dr. Williams, and Ms. Rodriguez. They'd partnered with Eleanor for ages, backing scholarships and food drives citywide. We support you, Nicole, Mrs. Stone stated strongly. Your grandma picked wisely. Media's coming, Dr. Williams noted. 3 big networks RSVP'd. It'll go viral. That's my goal, I replied. No more cover-ups. No more lies. James passed me an envelope. Minutes from your appointment meeting. Your sister will cry foul play. This shows the board agreed fully. On what grounds? Your grandma's endorsement plus your track record. She had you checked out, you know? All your volunteer time, student expenses, food bank shifts. Everything's recorded. I didn't know that. Even gone, Eleanor kept schooling me on readiness. One last item, James added, revealing a sealed file. For if Sophia fights the will. Grandma dubbed it the nuke. What's inside? No clue. She sealed it alone, but claimed it'd crush any dispute fast. I slipped it into my bag, praying I wouldn't use it. My phone vibrated. Sophia texted, I'm coming. We'll end this for good. Yes, I mused. We will. 5 o'clock, Sophia started her smear. On Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, pushing the tale of her envious, unstable sis snatching family funds via elder mistreatment. Some hate success in others, she posted. Mental health matters, and I wish Nicole finds help. Comments flooded, her built-up circle backing her. Ad pros, style vloggers, health gurus she'd wooed, all sharing her hurt from kin betrayal. Mom rang, raging. What did you do? Sophia lives on her image. And mine meant zilch to you. Halt this revenge. Scrap your scheme. Join the gala, Mom. Starts at 8. Sophia warns you'll shame her. No, I'll share facts. Dad grabbed the line. Nicole, think straight. We're kin. Are we? Kin don't bar each other from feasts for poverty. Quiet hit. We aired. We get it. Only since I hold what Sophia craves. I ended the call and powered down. Chatter meant nothing now. Jennifer came with my outfit and cosmetics. You positive? They shunned me as a teacher. Deemed it shameful. Feared I'd embarrass them near Marcus's elite pals. Now what? Now they discover Grandma's elite pals fund teachers, that the foundation they covet aids those they scorn. Poetic payback. Plain payback with proof. I checked the time. 2 hours to showtime. 2 hours till 28 years as family letdown paid off. Zip me up, I told Jennifer. Hiding ends now. 1 hour pre-gala, I paced the Ritz-Carlton's prep space, scanning my talk again. My tablet lit with invites, 500 yes, city philanthropists included. James Whitman rapped and stepped in. Times is on site. Journal as well. Hooked by the invite's secret reveal tease. Fine. Your folks got here 10 minutes back. Sisters grand entering. From the door window, I spied Sophia in red Oscar de la Renta, owning the crowd. Parents bookend her, outfits flawless, unease hidden unless you knew. She tells folks she's joining the board soon, James murmured. Calls tonight her society debut. She's spot on, sort of. Marcus arrived with his crew, 5 Stone Industries execs in sleek tuxes. He met my gaze via window, dipped his head. Expression blank. Miss Torres. A credentialed young lady neared. Sarah Stone, Channel 7. Buzz on Torres' legacy bombshell at 9 sharp. Sneak peek. My grandma prized openness. We celebrate that tonight. She jotted eagerly. I offered zilch more. Phone reactivated, 47 texts. I trashed all but Marcus's. No matter tonight, your grandma'd be proud. James gave me the screen clicker. Video set. Hit play when time. I eyed my mirror self. Navy frock, plain pearls, teacher pin on collar, my quiet defiance. Not the luxe dress for fresh wealth, but pure Eleanor style. Time, I said to James. Let papers talk. The Ritz-Carlton hall sparkled like gems. Crystal lights threw rainbows over 500 dressed-up attendees. Waiters passed bubbly. Cristal I saw, recalling Sophia's Prosecco jabs at me. I snuck in sidewise, dodging the front where Sophia ruled. She stood by the foundation sign, chatting donors up, likely weaving her heirloom yarn and her spot in it. Nicole. Bored Mrs. Stone hugged me tight. Your grandma'd adore this, her debut public event. Eleanor demanded no spotlight, giving silently, shunning praise. This night would have shocked and tickled her equally. Nicole Torres. A gray-haired lady came close. Margaret Vanderbilt here. Your grandma backed my reading initiative 10 years. Never thanked her. Before I could reply, more people crowded me. Educators whose rooms Eleanor stocked, food pantry heads she'd sustained, grant winners now leading charities. They'd never learned their donor's identity till the invites came. From afar, I saw my parents spot the buzz around me. Mom's expression shifted from puzzled to panicked. She hissed to Sophia, who whirled, her red gown swirling wildly. Our stares locked over the formal crowd. For a second, dread crossed her features. Then she raised her jaw, that Torres stubbornness Grandma warned would ruin us, and shoved toward me. "Ladies and gentlemen," the MC declared, "dinner's ready. Take your places." I'd set the tables personally. Sophia at prime spot 1, front and center to the stage, clear shot of the display. Parents next to her. Marcus at 2 with his execs. Media placed smartly around. As I sat at the lead table, I sensed 500 prying eyes. They expected routine talks and mild claps. They'd see much more, a family's polished mass crumbling live. Dinner came, steak Sophia hardly ate, too occupied schmoozing between dishes. She'd won over half her group, her giggles echoing as she spun yarns of youth with Grandma Eleanor, absorbing charity from her. I dined in peace, observing her act. She excelled. I'd admit it. Each move planned, each tale crafted to crown her Eleanor's true successor. With sweets out, Sophia struck. She rose, clinking her flute till quiet fell. "Forgive the break," she projected smoothly, her pitch prowess shining. "But I must share exciting news now." The MC frowned, scanning his agenda. "Not planned. As you may know, I'm Sophia Torres, Eleanor Torres's kin. She held for drama. And I'm excited to reveal I'll lead the foundation, partnering with my close ally Marcus Stone to grow our work." Marcus jumped up. "Sophia, no." "Oh, Marcus, ever humble," she chuckled, that bell-like tone that sealed deals. "Folks, Marcus and I envision grand projects. The foundation's path gets set by its Rayall board," Marcus stated sharply. "And we're split, Sophia." "I told you." Murmurs spread. Hidden cams emerged. Journalists perked. Sophia's poise broke. "Just a mix-up." "My sibling," she jabbed at me, polished nails quivering. "She twisted all. She's fake." "Guards," James Whitman muttered to his cell. "No," Sophia's pitch climbed. "Hear the facts." Pull zilch. Preschool educator earning squat, giving squat. She duped our grandma, cut her off, snatched. 2 guards neared, but I rose, signaling stop. "Let her go on." Silence dropped. "Proceed, Sophia," I urged, my educator tone steady. "Spill what you truly feel about me and my work. A full truth." She bit. She always did. "You're a disgrace," she snarled. "40K yearly, that relic Honda, Target hauls. You're what our line rejects." "And what," I probed softly, "should our line be?" I strode to the stage deliberately, loaned pumps echoing on stone. 500 heads pivoted my way. Lenses followed. Sophia stalled at her spot, her red outfit now a danger signal over chic. "Thanks, Sophia," I mic'd. Impeccable timing. I pressed the button. The foundation emblem lit the huge backdrop. Evening all. I'm Nicole Torres, board chair of the Eleanor Torres Foundation. For unknowns, most here, I instruct kindergarten at PS 47 in Queens. Whispers waved. My plain opener clashed hard with Sophia's bold boasts. My grandma, Eleanor Torres, grew this foundation 40 years. Widowed young, she juggled jobs, saved every cent, and silently built fortune to transform lives. She shunned spotlights, avoided events like this. Clicked. Images popped. Eleanor at pantries, schools, hubs, ever behind, nameless. But we bend that rule tonight for Eleanor's last teaching on true value. Mom clutched Sophia's wrist, yanking her to sit. Sophia flung free, cheeks hot from fury and fizz. "First," I noted, eyeing my sis, "note that 3 days past I wasn't meant here. Barred from family Thanksgiving as my career shamed my sister before her beau." Shocks. Lenses bounced between us. The beau she named, Marcus Stone, tonight's key giver. "Marcus, care to verify what Sophia fed you on me?" Marcus rose measured. She claimed Nicole jobless, leeching kin funds, committed once, family banned her from meets for instability. Roar hit. Sophia yelled nonsense. Now, I added, clicking once more, hear Eleanor Torres on this. Eleanor's image dominated the display. She perched in James Whitman's space, staring lensward with keen gaze that caught all. Date stamped 6 months pre-death. If viewing this, Eleanor's taped words boomed the hall, clarity's needed on my intent. Quiet reigns save cam hums. I'm Eleanor Marie Torres, mentally fit as 3 witnesses affirm. Lens swept to James Whitman, Dr. Patterson, Judge Reynolds. This tape covers my holdings and tied terms. I eyed my parents pale. They knew zilch of this. My holdings, $15 million cash, 3 NYC spots, foundation control. This legacy has one firm rule. Eleanor held, gaze piercing Sophia-like. The heir must show steady compassion and avoid bias by class or money. This means, clearly, no shutting out kin over their work or pay. Sophia rose, trembling. It's phony. It's. Take a seat, Miss Torres, Judge Reynolds called from table 3. I saw this taping myself. Eleanor went on. Should my main heir break this by proven bias, logged shunning, or mocking labor jobs, they lose all rights right away and forever. The display divided. Eleanor on left, right showed snaps. Sophia's notes on my shameful role, Mom's Facebook on barring me, Instagram ideal kin sans me. My kin Sophia, Eleanor's tone sorrowful yet strong, prefers cash to kin, rank to heart. If she barred Nicole for teaching a field I honor, she flunked my trial. No. Sophia rushed the display, guards stopped her. The legacy shifts now to backup heir, Nicole Marie Torres, 8 years educating kids, weekends aiding, never flaunting her foundation link. The hall burst. Flashes popped. Journalists yelled queries. Eleanor had more. James Whitman claimed the stage. With Eleanor's pick paused, he held a leather case, steps exact and legal. Folks, as Eleanor's estate handler, I must verify the law behind what you saw. He flipped the case, showing papers with court stamps. On November 23, 2024, Thanksgiving, Sophia Torres texted her sis these. He hit the button. Messages showed timed. Your worker gig shames me. Avoid my true kin. You're what our line hates. These texts, freely sent, phone logged, break will part 7-3 plainly. Private stuff, Sophia yelled. Instagram post? Truly, James fixed, flashing the image, quite open. Plus, this note from Mrs. Linda Torres to relatives, saying Nicole skipped Thanksgiving as her job unfit for the guests we hosted. Mom got up, unsteady. We ignored the will. Doesn't matter. The rule ties to your nature, not knowing. Dr. Patterson rose from his spot. I checked Mrs. Torres's mind monthly her final year. All scores top. Keener at 90 than folks at 50. Judge Reynolds chimed. Will court filed 2 years back. 3 law groups checked. Solid. James drew another paper. Now, Sophia Torres drops all Eleanor Torres estate rights. Whole legacy, $15 million Manhattan townhouse, Hampton Spot, Vermont Place foundation lead, goes to Nicole Torres. He faced my folks. You got trustee spots with $50,000 yearly. But joining the bias cuts you too. Dad sank in his seat. Mom wept, makeup running. Theft, Sophia howled. I'll fight in court. You'll fail, James stated plain. Your terms doomed you. Sophia's breakdown topped her norms. She snatched a bubbly glass, hurled at the display where Eleanor's still shot gazed sadly. Broke safe on the projector. You set this. She spun to me, fancy gown ripping at edge in her twist. You swayed her. Pitted her on me. I saw her, I murmured, mic grabbing each bit. Sundays for 2 years. You showed once. I built my path. Key duties. Key over kin? You said that to Mom, right? Marcus and Ty's beat sis at feast. You miss commerce. Miss all. Just a tutor. Just a tutor. I paused on it. Like Mrs. Davidson, Grandma backed 20 years. Mr. Martinez, class stalked by her. Ms. Washington, kid she colleged. I waved round the space. Half here teach, aid, run charities, folks you deem low. Marcus got up. Sophia, you said kin and banking, Grandma Society Queen. Lies all. For you. Sophia faced him. To match your realm. My realm. Marcus chuckled sour. My group funds worker causes only. Mom sewed. Dad cabbed. I grew wealth to raise others, not split from them. He eyed me. Your grandma shared my views. Hence our team up. Team up. Sophia's pitch broke. What team up? Stone Foundation ends links with your biz, Marcus declared. Now. We skip those who bias our groups. Pieces dropped quick. 3 more big givers nearby rose, cutting ties with Sophia's outfit too. Her table phone glowed, likely frantic partner rings. You ruined me, she breathed, getting it. No, Sophia. You ruined you when you ruled me unfit for your meal. I went back to stage, letting storm calm. Guards neared Sophia, but she dropped a seat, crying in palms as Mom patted her lame. One thing straight, I stated even. Money never tempted me. I learned will rules post-grandma's pass. I stayed mum to see family true when I seemed worthless. I pressed button. Fresh page. Eleanor Torres equal worth plan. Tonight, I declare full $15 million legacy to Foundation. It was a night that glittered like 1,000 diamonds scattered across a velvet sky, but beneath the shimmer of crystal chandeliers and the soft hum of orchestral strings, tension crackled in the air like static before a storm. The annual Torres Family Gala, held in the opulent ballroom of the Plaza Hotel in New York City, was the pinnacle of high society events. Tuxedos and evening gowns swirled in a sea of wealth, where conversations dripped with references to stock portfolios, private jets, and exclusive vineyard acquisitions. My grandmother, Eleanor Torres, had always hosted these gatherings with a mix of grandeur and subtle irony. She, the self-made billionaire who started with nothing but a one-room schoolhouse dream, surrounded by the elite who often forgot their roots. But this year was different. Eleanor had passed just months earlier, leaving behind a legacy that was about to upend everything. I stood at the podium, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest, dressed in a simple navy blue dress I'd picked up from Target, nothing like the couture masterpieces adorning the other guests. My hands gripped the edges of the lectern, steadying myself as I scanned the room. There was my cousin Sophia, perched at the head table with her perfectly coiffed hair and a smug smile that screamed entitlement. My parents sat beside her, their faces a mask of practiced politeness, though I knew the disdain they harbored for my lowly career choice. And then there were the others, the aunts, uncles, and distant relatives who'd whispered for years about how I'd squandered my potential by becoming a kindergarten teacher. I cleared my throat, the microphone amplifying the sound like a thunderclap in the hushed room. Tonight, I began, my voice steady despite the butterflies rioting in my stomach, we honor Grandma Eleanor's vision. A vision that backs fresh aid for low-pay key staff, tutors, carers, aides, types my kin saw as lesser. The words hung in the air, a direct jab at the family's long-standing snobbery. I'd seen it firsthand, how they dismissed the very people who shaped lives, the educators and caregivers who worked tirelessly for pennies while the Torres clan basked in inherited opulence. The applause started tentatively, a few polite claps from the back, but it built like a wave crashing onto shore. Cameras flashed, capturing the moment in bursts of light that momentarily blinded me. Porters scribbled furiously in their notebooks, sensing the drama unfolding. I pressed on, my words fueled by years of pent-up frustration and Eleanor's unwavering belief in equity. We're turning spots into teacher homes, cheap in NYC. No educator should have to pick between a calling and a paycheck. I painted the picture vividly, run-down apartments transformed into affordable havens, right in the heart of the city where rents soared like eagles. Imagine a teacher, exhausted from a day of molding young minds, coming home to a place that didn't drain their soul along with their wallet. Claps grew louder now, a thunderous roar that echoed off the gilded walls. I glanced at the crowd and saw faces I'd never expected to move, seasoned tutors and aides who'd been invited as guests of honor, but were really there to witness the shift. Some had tears streaming down their cheeks, their hands clasped together in gratitude. One woman, a veteran carer with silver-streaked hair, caught my eye and nodded, her expression a silent thank you that spoke volumes. It was raw, real emotion cutting through the facade of the gala. I turned my gaze to Sophia, locking eyes with her across the table. Her face had paled, the smugness cracking like cheap porcelain. "Sophia," I said directly, my voice cutting through the applause like a knife. "You're not barred from this. I'm giving you a foundation role. I'm paid, sure. 20 hours weekly, hands-on with the groups you snubbed." The room fell silent, every ear straining to catch the family drama playing out in real time. I could see the wheels turning in her mind, the advertising executive who'd built her empire on flashy campaigns, now being offered grunt work in the trenches of social good. It was a chance for redemption, but one that stripped away her illusions of superiority. "You'll grasp Grandma's truth, worth Skip's salary," I continued, channeling Eleanor's wisdom. She'd always said that true value wasn't measured in dollars but in the impact you left on others. Sophia had mocked that philosophy, calling it quaint while she jetted off to Milan for fashion weeks. "You shame me," she snapped back, her voice sharp and defensive, rising above the murmurs. Her cheeks flushed red, a mix of anger and embarrassment. Crowd shifted uncomfortably, but I held my ground. "No," I replied calmly, though my pulse raced. "I'm giving you a shot at fixing this. The same one Grandma offered me every Sunday, showing that riches minus heart is greed in fancy wrapping." Those Sundays with Eleanor were sacred, sitting in her cozy study, surrounded by books and the faint scent of chamomile tea, as she shared stories of her rise from poverty. She'd drill into me that wealth without compassion was hollow, a lesson Sophia had conveniently ignored. I pivoted to my parents, who sat rigid in their seats. Dad's jaw was set, Mom's eyes darting nervously. "Same deal for you too," I declared. "Therapy's mandatory if you want us connected. No more optional respect." It was a line drawn in the sand, addressing years of subtle digs about my career, the "why waste your brains on finger paints" comments that had eroded our bond. Dad dipped his head, a rare sign of acquiescence from the man who'd built his fortune on cutthroat business deals. He got it, or at least pretended to in that moment. Mom, however, fixed her gaze on Sophia, as if seeing her daughter's reflection and not liking the image staring back. It was a breakthrough, fragile but real. "One more bit," I noted, reaching for the sealed packet that James, our family lawyer, had discreetly passed to me earlier. The envelope was thick, embossed with Eleanor's personal seal, a simple oak tree symbolizing strength and roots. Grandma dubbed this the nuke for will fights. The room buzzed with anticipation, whispers rippled like wind through leaves. What could it be? Proof of indiscretions? Hidden clauses in the will? "Open it, Sophia," I offered, holding it out like an olive branch laced with thorns. She shook her head hard, her eyes wide with fear that had swiftly replaced her earlier rage. Whatever she guessed was inside, perhaps damning evidence of her manipulations or a final rebuke from Eleanor. She shunned the spotlight. Her refusal spoke louder than any words. She wasn't ready to face the truth in front of an audience. "Then that's it," I concluded, tucking the packet away. The gala dissolved into chaos, guests milling about, reporters surging forward with questions. But for me, it was the end of one chapter and the dawn of another. The media hit fast and fierce, like a hurricane sweeping through the city. By dawn, headlines blared across social media. "Heiress drops millions on feast snub" trended on every platform, with memes and think pieces dissecting the drama. The New York Times ran a front-page feature, "Snobbery's $15 million price, today's moral story." They painted me as the underdog hero, the kindergarten teacher who'd inherited a fortune and wielded it like a sword of justice. Photos from the gala circulated, me at the podium, Sophia's shocked expression frozen in time. The fallout for Sophia was swift and merciless. Her high-powered advertising agency lost 7 key clients within 2 days. Big names in luxury brands who didn't want to associate with the snob label now plastered on her. Her Instagram, once a curated gallery of yachts, designer outfits, and triumphant business deals, became a battlefield. Comments flooded in, "Hypocrite! Karma's a teacher. How's that low-pay life treating you?" The slams for her snobbery and meanness were relentless, a digital mob that amplified every flaw. By day 3, she axed her profiles entirely, vanishing from the online world she'd once dominated. It was a humbling fall, one that echoed Eleanor's warnings about the fragility of built-on-sand empires. A week later, my parents showed up at my modest apartment in Brooklyn, a far cry from their Upper East Side penthouse. They looked aged, shrunken, as if the weight of their mistakes had physically compressed them. Dad, usually impeccably groomed, had stubble shadowing his jaw. Mom's eyes were red-rimmed from unshed tears. Dad led the conversation, his voice gravelly with regret. "We let you down, both of you, really. We built this mess." He gestured vaguely, encompassing the family rift that had festered for years. "We linked success to cash," Mom murmured, twisting a tissue in her hands. "Your grandma warned us, but we tuned out." Eleanor had tried time and again to instill in them the values she'd lived by, humility, empathy, but they'd been seduced by the allure of wealth and status. "Ready for real effort?" Probed, crossing my arms. "Therapy for keeps, beyond just sorries." It wasn't about quick fixes. It was about dismantling the toxic patterns that had defined our family. They nodded in unison, a spark of determination in their eyes. We started sessions with Dr. Kim, a renowned expert in family dynamics and class disparities. Her office was a neutral ground, filled with soft lighting and comfortable chairs that encouraged vulnerability. Week after week, we peeled back layers, discussing the pressures of legacy, the insecurities masked by arrogance. It was painful, raw, but healing began to take root. Meanwhile, Marcus, Eleanor's trusted advisor and a man who'd always lingered on the periphery of my life, met me for coffee to discuss foundation plans. We sat in a cozy cafe near Central Park, the aroma of fresh brews mingling with the crisp autumn air filtering through the open windows. "Your grandma'd beam," he said, stirring his espresso with a thoughtful smile. "You managed that smoother than I ever could." Marcus had his own history with Eleanor, a quiet respect that bordered on affection, though he'd never crossed professional lines. "She showed me that revenge shrinks you," I replied, sipping my latte. "Justice builds you." It was a mantra I'd adopted, turning Eleanor's fortune into a force for good rather than a weapon. "And Sophia?" he asked, leaning forward. "Chicago now, a non-profit gig, the only spot that would hire her after the scandal. $35K yearly. A fitting twist." It was ironic. The woman who'd sneered at low wages was now living them. "Teaches well," Marcus chuckled, though there was a hint of sympathy in his tone. "She mailed a note last week," I added. Her first real words to me in ages. I didn't mention that I hadn't opened it yet. Some wounds needed time to scab over before you poked at them. The Eleanor Torres Foundation's debut aid program rolled out a month later. Urgent funds for evicted teachers facing homelessness in the city's unforgiving housing market. We backed 300 in the first week alone, providing rent assistance, relocation support, and even counseling to help them rebuild. Each thank you note that arrived, handwritten cards with heartfelt messages, went into a special file labeled "Why It Counts." They were my reply to the doubters who'd questioned the value of worker roles, a testament to the lives touched by Eleanor's vision. The New York Times followed up 6 months later with a feature that captured the transformation. They photographed me in my kindergarten classroom at PS 47, surrounded by a circle of wide-eyed 5-year-olds clamoring for story time. The title read, "Billionaire Tutor Who Donated All." But it was the caption that stole my heart. Nicole Torres, head of the Eleanor Torres Foundation, schooling pupils on care. Her grandma's top teaching, she claims, worth skips bucks. Sophia viewed the article. I knew because she messaged me shortly after. "Grandma'd pick you twice." It was a begrudging acknowledgement, laced with the old bitterness. "She picked us both," I shot back via text. "You skipped the teaching still." It was blunt but true. Eleanor had seen potential in all of us. It was up to each to embrace it. 6 months post-gala, I was still teaching kindergarten, the rhythm of my days unchanged in essence but amplified in impact. Classroom remained a haven, colorful letter charts adorning the walls, a cozy book nook piled with well-loved picture books, and a group mat where little ones gathered for circle time. The scent of crayons and Play-Doh lingered in the air, a comforting constant amid the whirlwind of change. But the rest had shifted dramatically. The foundation had disbursed $4 million in teacher aids, grants for supplies, professional development, and even mental health support. We'd fixed up 50 classrooms across the city, transforming drab spaces into vibrant learning environments with new furniture, tech tools, and sensory aids. And we'd started a program for free gear, backpacks, uniforms, books, whatever educators needed, no forms, no reasons required. Eleanor would have loved the simplicity. She hated bureaucracy that gate-kept help. PS 47, my own school, received a $2 million infusion for building renovations and tools. The principal, Mrs. Ramirez, teared up as I handed her the check in her office, the weight of it symbolic of so much more. "Your grandma remembered us," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. I let her think Eleanor had orchestrated it directly. In a way, she had. Her spirit guided every decision. My parents were progressing in therapy, inching forward like cautious explorers in uncharted territory. Mom had stopped dropping hints about Sophia's old wins, the promotions, the parties, and focused instead on present-day chats. "How was your day with the kids?" Dad volunteered at the foundation on weekends, offering finance tips to newcomers navigating grants. "Payback," he called it, a small smile creasing his face as he crunched numbers for good. Marcus and I teamed up in unexpected ways. His Stone Foundation partnered with ours for a nationwide initiative supporting worker families, scholarships for children of educators, respite programs for carers. We kept it professional, but I caught his glances sometimes, a mix of admiration and sorrow for the paths we hadn't crossed earlier, perhaps due to the family divides. Time magazine named me Giver of the Year, a title that felt both honoring and surreal. I wore that same navy gala dress to the photo shoot, a deliberate nod to authenticity. The interviewer, a sharp-eyed journalist named Lena, quizzed me in a sleek studio overlooking the Hudson. "Why teach when you have grander options?" Boardrooms, philanthropy galas, why stick with kindergarten? I leaned back, picturing my classroom. 25 5-year-olds count on me for reading lessons, for hugs when they're scared, for believing in their dreams, I said. Nothing tops that. It's where real change starts, one curious mind at a time. The piece mentioned Sophia only in passing. She declined to comment. Unsaid in the article was her quiet transformation, volunteering at a Chicago food pantry 20 hours weekly, just as I'd suggested. Her boss, an old friend of Eleanor's, updated me via email. She's grasping it. Slow, but she's grasping the value in service without spotlight. Back in my classroom, I kept Eleanor's photo on my desk, framed amid a collage of kid art, stick figure families, rainbow scribbles, and stacks of thank you cards from families we'd helped. In quiet moments, after the last bell rang and the room emptied, I'd sit there and whisper updates. Lives changed, bridges mended. "You nailed it, Grandma," I'd breathe, feeling her presence like a warm embrace. Right standing starts lone, but right folks join eventually. A year had passed since the unforgettable night at the Torres family gala, where truths were laid bare under the glow of chandeliers and the weight of my grandmother Eleanor's legacy shifted our family's course. I'd carried Sophia's unopened note with me all that time, tucked into a corner of my desk drawer like a secret too fragile to touch. It wasn't avoidance exactly, more a need to let the wounds from that evening breathe, to heal in their own time. On a quiet autumn afternoon, with the scent of falling leaves drifting through my open classroom window and the distant laughter of my kindergartners fading down the hall, I felt ready. I slid the drawer open and pulled out the envelope. Paper was slightly creased, as if Sophia had hesitated before sealing it, her fingers lingering over the act of reaching out. It was written in purple ink, the same vibrant hue we'd used as kids for secret messages in the treehouse behind Grandma's brownstone, before money and status carved a chasm between us. Those days felt like a lifetime ago, when Sophia's ambition hadn't yet turned sharp, and her world wasn't a glossy parade of luxury brands and power plays. I unfolded the note carefully, my heart thudding with anticipation and dread. Her elegant script danced across the page, each letter deliberate. "Nicole," it began, "I thought Grandma aired that you tricked her into leaving you everything." The words stung, confirming suspicions I'd sensed in her sidelong glances and barbed comments. She'd believed I'd schemed my way into Eleanor's fortune, that my life as a kindergarten teacher was a facade. But then the tone softened. "This food bank job now, under what used to make as a teacher. Yesterday, a lady wept because we gave her food without proof of worth. No judgment, just help." I pictured Sophia in a Chicago nonprofit, far from her Manhattan ad agency. She'd fallen hard after the gala, her client list gutted, her social media empire a ghost town of trolls and accusations. Yet here she was, stocking shelves, witnessing raw gratitude. The image was jarring. Sophia, in tailored blazers, now among cardboard boxes and weary faces, learning Eleanor's lesson. "I get what Grandma spotted, what you two always spotted," she wrote. "Worth ain't bought or earned. You spot it in all, or you lack your own." There was no apology, no plea for forgiveness, just an acknowledgement of the truth Eleanor lived by, the one I'd embraced and Sophia had scoffed at. It was the closest she'd come to admitting she'd been wrong, not just about me but about the values she'd built her life on. I sat back, the note trembling in my hands, letting the words settle. They weren't a rebuilt bridge, but they were a foundation, a crack in the wall she'd built. I tucked the note into Eleanor's heart file, stuffed with teacher thank you letters, crayon-drawn pictures from kids in our programs, and Polaroids of legacy home flips, run-down buildings turned into affordable housing for essential workers. Sophia's note belonged there, a marker of her journey. Reflecting on that Thanksgiving gala, I could have played it differently, demanded a seat at the table, leveraged Eleanor's will to force respect. But Eleanor taught me that regard bought with power is fear in fine threads, fleeting and false. True worth stands firm, rooted in the belief that every person carries equal value, from the coffee server to the CEO. The family who dismissed me as just a teacher learned their values were hollow, hidden behind posh tags. The real loss wasn't the fortune, it was realizing they'd misjudged worth itself. Eleanor's legacy was about seeing the coffee server and shop buyer as equals, their value fixed beyond paychecks or likes. That truth became my anchor, especially when standing alone. It's easy to feel small when the world measures you by titles or bank accounts, but Eleanor taught me to hold fast to my worth, especially then. It's a quiet strength, letting you walk into a gala in a Target frock and feel like royalty. Thank you for hearing my story. I'm Nicole Torres, and you are enough exactly as you are. Your job doesn't define your worth. Your family's opinions don't set your value. Sometimes the greatest legacy is knowing you don't need anyone's approval to know your own worth. Until we meet again, stand tall, whether in couture or a clearance rack dress.